Hello, today your challenge is to draw a character from Wizard of Oz. And it can be from the movie, a cartoon, a book that you read, or it could be the way that you picture them to look. That character may look different from what illustrations in a book might look like, and that is completely okay. The one thing is when someone looks at it, they should be able to say which character it is and where it came from. So you want to be able to make it look enough like that character that people know who it is, but it doesn't have to look like any character of the Wizard of Oz that you have seen before, okay? So I am going to go ahead and draw the Scarecrow. Remember that when you are drawing, especially if you're looking at a picture, it's really important that you're looking at the shape, the line, and the texture, especially if it's black and white. Sometimes color is just as important, but that contour line, the outside edge of your object is going to be really important. Now, not everybody draws that way. Some people do not see contour line, they see shape. Other people see texture. So you really have to figure out what kind of artist you are and really trust that instinct, okay? For our sake, most people do see the contour line. So I'm going to go ahead and draw that today. I am using my iPad, so my erasing is different than your erasing. You should probably be using a pencil. That way, if lines overlap each other, you can clean that up, okay? I'm going to go ahead and start with the hat. I think I want to start with that. That's the highest part. That way I can fit everything else below it. He's kind of got a big old hat like this. Kind of like the witch's hat, but kind of a little floppier perhaps. So I'm going to kind of let it connect. I use a lot of free flowing lines until I get the line that I want. And then from in the center here comes the top of the hat, but I don't want it quite so pointy. I want it a little bit rounder. That way it doesn't look like the witch's hat. Kind of maybe like a sombrero type of thing, but a little bit floppier than that because it's like a farm hat, right? An old-fashioned farm hat. I'm going to use a little bit of my value that we've talked about before to try to make it look a little bit round. Putting some dark shadows on one side. Let's see, right in here, I'm going to make this more of a shadow, like an overlap of the hat. There we go. And maybe over in here, I'm going to make the hat, the underside of the hat over here as well. Now I'm going to let his head come out, and he's got that stuffed hay head, right? So it's kind of floppier than what you would see other people. And because it's a bag that's tied upside down, I need to make sure to show that. What's really fun is when you want to ruffle something, you use a curved, like a wavy, curvy line like that, and then you trust your shadows and highlights to create the effect. So this is going to be a higher part, so I just kind of fill in the shadow right here. I fill in the shadow right here, and all of a sudden, it looks more three-dimensional. Okay, then I'm going to have like a little bow here that ties it together. Okay. Now I need to have his face, and his face would have looked almost like it was painted on, right? So I'm going to have kind of big eyes because he's supposed to be scaring away the crows. He's a scarecrow. So with those big wide eyes, maybe his eyebrows showing expression of surprise. Let's make a big old bubble nose on him because they had like, he would have had like that triangle shaped nose for the scarecrow. And then a big old face. I'm going to make him happy. Okay, and then I want to add a few pieces of straw coming out, right? And then his shoulders would have come out from here. And that's it. If you want to draw more of him, like his whole body, feel free. But just try to do something where when people look at it, they know who it is. Just like I had shadow up here, I might add a little bit of shadow down in here. Just on this side of the face. Maybe over here too, a little bit more shadow. you're always consistent with the shadowing, right? If it's darker on one side, it's always darker on that side. If it's lighter on the other side, it's always lighter on that side. Okay, there is my scarecrow. You do not have to make a scarecrow. You can make Dorothy. You could make the Tin Man. You could make the lion. You could even make Toto. So you decide what you want to make, okay? Have fun with it.